this is Robbie Parker, and I'm going to be joined by the movie Wizard of Oz himself, Malcom Cooper, and we're going to be doing a review for the 2017 movie Logan. So, in the near future, a weary Logan cares for an ailing Professor X in a hideout on the Mexican border. But Logan's attempts to hide from the world and his legacy are upended when a young mutant arrives, persuaded by dark forces. So before I get into my part, I'm going to let Malcolm do his part, so take it away, Malcolm.
Hi guys, it's me Malcolm, the movie Wizard of Oz himself, and I'm here to discuss my review on this other X-Men movie that I never get a chance to review. And thankfully, turns out after this, I do believe that is it for the X-Men movie reviews is until the new one on Sunday. Logan. Yes, Logan, which happens to be Hugh Jackman's swan song of the Wolverine. Or so we thought. Yes, so this movie takes place around 2019. Yeah, 2019. 6 years after the previous movie, Days of Futures Past was set. This shows Logan and Professor X meeting a young mutant who has the same abilities as Logan, named Laura, who also goes by X-23, and now she's being pursued by some new baddies. My God, no. This movie was wow, really amazing. It was tremendous, absolutely tremendous. So yeah, for those of you that don't know, according to this Logan is taking care of Charles, though, ever since that horrible incident back in Westchester that really cost the lives of their fellow X-Men. I don't know. God only knows which one of them died, but my guess, that's definitely most of our favorites. Oh Lord. I mean, I gotta admit, the future has changed for Logan and the Professor. I mean, they're not the same men how they used to be. I gotta admit, I really do like the bond between them, but I really do like the bond between Logan and Laura. That was awesome. It was really a good father and daughter bonding. I mean, I gotta give it to Daphne King. She was such a badass bitch in this movie. Oh, and she was such a cutie pie. Cute and deadly. Oh, yeah. So, one of my favorite scenes is where we get to first see her in action to take down those bad guys. It was awesome. I do believe one of my favorite scenes is where she finally spoke to Logan. Well, she only spoke. Well, it was Spanish at first, but she did speak English though. I'm not gonna admit her English was very good. I really do admire Daphne King. I mean, before she was an Acolyte, before his Dark Materials, there was this. that started her career. Oh, Lord. What are they all? She's half Latina, half Brit. Wow. Amazing. Oh. I really did admire how they made it to Eden, where we get to see more of the mutant kids. Because that was awesome. I got it. So, if we do get to see more of those kids in the future, I think they will be excellent X-Men. Yeah. Oh, I do find the movie quite outstanding. It was awesome. James Mangold has done it again after the 2013 Wolverine. It was astonishing. Okay, guys, for my score for Logan, even though he died at the end, and after battling X-24, and I gotta admit, that battle was so brutal as hell. And even though they buried him buried him in a grave and made a X out of a headstone, it was pretty nice. But yeah, still, this was a really awesome movie for the X-Men franchise. So I think I'll give this one a 9. Definitely a 9. No, more like a 9.5. Yeah, definitely a 9.5. Alright, you guys. So I believe that's it for the X-Men franchise. This is my last one. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and be sure you all stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.
Thank you, Malcolm. It's great to have you on here as always. I always enjoy collaborating with you. And so I'll go ahead and get into my part. I absolutely love this movie. This is easily my favorite movie out of the X-Men franchise, and I just really enjoy this one. The story is absolutely great from start to finish. I really just have always loved this movie. Hugh Jackman gave an amazing performance in here. It's easily his best performance as Wolverine so far, although I will argue that he's always great in every single one of these movies, and including Deadpool Wolverine, which was really great in of itself and everything. But this was also one of Patrick Stewart's absolute best performances as Professor X as well. I think if this was the last time that they had played these characters, it would have been a perfect end to both Professor X and Wolverine. I think it would have been a perfect ending to these characters. Daphne Keene is absolutely perfect as X-23. She's also awesome. She's really lovable and likable and stuff, but she also kicks a lot of butt too and everything. She's really cool and everything. The story gets intense at times, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat, especially anytime X-24 shows up, who is pretty much just like this younger, more energetic version of Wolverine that is a clone of Wolverine, and he is going after them and stuff and everything, and he's the one that ends up killing Professor X and eventually Wolverine, but he doesn't really talk or anything. He's just a brutal force and everything, but he's terrifying, and Hugh Jackman does an excellent job playing this version as well and everything. I think the action is really great in here too, especially at the end of the movie during the forest scene when he goes berserker one last time. It is awesome and everything. We had some really cool scenes with that. Marco Beltrami's score is pretty awesome too. It helps bring the intensity to the movie and stuff that this movie feels, because this movie does feel intense at times, especially as the bad guys are closing in on them at times. The cinematography is beautiful in here too. There's some really gorgeous cinematography and stuff, especially towards the end of the movie. And I also think that James Mangold did a really great job directing this movie. He's one of those directors that I think has a good style, and he's made movies that I've really enjoyed, and then he's made some that I haven't, like the last Indiana Jones movie and everything. But I think he really did a great job with this movie, and this is my favorite movie of his that he's directed that I've seen. And I'll say the visuals hold up really well too. Like, there's not a lot of CGI in this movie and stuff, so that held up really well. As far as favorite moments in this movie, the opening scene with him fighting the guys in the limo, by the limo and stuff, is really fun. That was really cool. And also a good way to like show you that he's broken down. He's not as tough as he used to be and everything. A good way to set up the movie. When he first meets X-23 and everything, and the woman who's taking care of her and stuff, they're really intriguing and well done stuff there too, and everything. And all the stuff between Charles and Wolverine is great. Their whole banter together throughout the whole movie, that they're bickering, but there's also a love there that you can tell that they still have that love and respect for each other that they've always had and stuff. And I love that too. The dinner scene when they're with that random family, it's just really great too. I've always loved that scene too. It's always been one of my favorite parts of the movie, is when they're just having that dinner scene, that little conversation with each other, and I think just a little great moment before X-24 shows up and kills Professor X and everything. Like just really great stuff there. And the stuff with the kid mutants is cool too. It would have been cool to see them use their powers more and stuff too, but it was cool getting to see like there was a little haven of mutant kids and stuff that X-23 was going to go off with and everything. I think if we would have gotten any kind of continuation, it would have been with her and those kids and stuff. It would have been interesting to see where they would have gone with that and everything. And Wolverine's death is great and everything. And when it came out, it was one of the most emotional deaths in a movie for me and everything, because he was one of my childhood heroes and stuff, and he was one of the first childhood heroes of mine that I've actually had to witness dying in a movie. And it was heartbreaking and really hard to watch and stuff and everything. And it would have been a good way to end his time as Wolverine and stuff, but Hugh Jackman is perfect as Wolverine, so I'm not really mad that he's back either and stuff. I thought I would be if they did bring him back, but after seeing Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm fine that he's back and everything. It didn't fully ruin the ending of this movie and everything, although Deadpool and Wolverine really does open with crapping on the ending of this movie. But the where this movie sets up Deadpool and Wolverine is pretty cool and everything. And this was a good way to say goodbye to Wolverine and stuff. And this is still saying goodbye to the character that we grew up, the version that we grew up with, because even though he plays Wolverine in Deadpool and Wolverine, it is a different version and stuff too. And you can tell the differences. So there are things that I really like and don't about them bringing him back, but I do say that this version is still a good ending to this version of the character that we grew up with. As far as negatives go, I will say that because of Deadpool and Wolverine, the impact of this movie just does not hit like it used to and everything. I didn't feel the emotion near as strongly as I did when it first came out and everything, but it's still got a good story, and it's still an entertaining movie and everything. So all in all, I think Logan is a great movie, and despite having its ending ruined for me by bringing Hugh Jackman back and stuff, I still really love this movie. I think it's a really, really great entry in the franchise, and I've been able to enjoy just as part of the franchise and not really as the ending for Wolverine. I hope whatever they do, they're able to give him a satisfying ending, because this would have been the perfect one and everything. But hopefully that whatever ending they eventually do give him again later down the line, when they have to give him a definite ending, it'll be worth it and everything. But it is going to be hard to top this. So I'd say I'd give Logan a 10 out of 10. It's still an amazing movie. One of my favorite comic book movies of all time still. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Logan, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody. I just want to say thank you for watching this video and everything. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe and share this video with your friends and get more people going, help the channel grow. I really appreciate it. And thank you all, and have a good day.